Ardalan Gilavizade. I want to teach you about the leech farming. Here is my training. We want to talk about leeching farming. For the leech farming, as you can see, we need to chamber. This chamber can be 20 square meters, 30 square meters. Okay, for example, here is a chamber danger. For example, here is the 90 square meters. This environment is near the 90 square meters. For starting leech farming, we need at the first step, we need to shelves for the putting this plastic pan. In this, we are keep. Is the leeches. For starting leech farming, we need to shelves, plastic pan, these lays for the preventing the escaping of the leeches, and the plastic tank. These are we store the water. This is a plastic tank and the small air conditioners. Very simple that you use in the house for the control environmental factors like the temperature, humidity, CO2, and light. Everything is under control. These plates, these plastic plates, and water humidifier. Water humidifier is a very small water humidifier. This is a membrane filter, post carbon, and then filter mineral filter for the because when we want to fall the water inside the plastic pan, the water factors should be controlled. EC should be under 1. TDS should be near the 200 to 300 TDS. And also the color should be under near the 0.01. And also ammonium should be near the 0. All water, the factors should be controlled. Very simple. Also, I'm sure you can also do that in your house. The leech farming. For the leech farming, the stage of the leech farming is started from the mother leech. Mother leech, for example, you provide this equipment, the shelves, the plastic pan, and the water tank, and the water humidifier for control in the water. Okay? For the starting, I would like to tell you the story of the leech farming. The story. What is the story of the leech farming? At the first step, after the providing the equipment, you should purchase these mother bulbs. This mother leech. You know, this is the length. The length is exactly like this. This is the mother leech, productive leech. The length of all of this is the 14 centimeters. 10 centimeters. Near the length is near the 12 centimeters. Okay. This is the length, 12 centimeters. At the first step, you should purchase this mother leech. This mother leech. Now, we should provide exactly a natural beach for the cocoon. این ساحل میدونیشم بده ساحل یه چیزی نگه داشت ساحل رو ساحل. Now this is a beach. This is the mix of the algae and the soil. In this میتونی چند کن در بیاری. Usually at the beginning of the summer, we purchase the leech farming, the leeches in the beginning of the summer. The temperature, we should provide the conditions for the leeches. For example, a plastic pan for the leeches, a mix of the soil and the algae, and put the leeches inside this. After the purchasing the leeches, the mother leeches for the breeding, for the creating the new larvae, the new leeches, we should provide a beach. We should provide exactly like the plastic pan. This dimension is the 30 centimeters by 40 centimeters. The height is the near the 10 centimeters, and in this stage we should provide the temperature beginning of the summer for the mother leeches. For the creating a new larva, temperature should be 28 centigrade, humidity 90%, and light is the very low. Look at this plastic. Only the light near the 500 lux. Only with this blue. It doesn't need. We use the natural light. Even the leeches should be understand the difference between day and night. Only things. Because we don't have any photosynthesis, because these are not plant. Only completely dark, but only artificial light for the watching activity. Now, after the providing this plastic, we can put here. This is the mix of soil. For the bed, we provide exactly like this. And then we put the leech. This only in the 3 months of the summer, because we want to have a propagation for the leeches. This soil, the mix of the soil and the algae, and we need to exactly like this. All the shelves like this. And we put the leeches, should be completely humid, because the leech needs to the humidity, needs the water. But here we don't have any water. Therefore, we should every day, for example, with the spraying the water, you should regulate, we should adjust the humidity. For example, if we be dry, the leeches will be destroyed. Okay, therefore, every day you should keep the humidity. You should every day keep the humidity, completely humid. And there are the cocoon. They are cocoon. All the beautiful cocoon. Each mother bulbs lays 2 cocoon, maybe 3, but usually lays 2 cocoon. 2 cocoon. Each mother bulbs lays 2 cocoon, and from each cocoon, usually emerge 15 larvae, 20 larvae, between the 15 to 20 larvae. Here now we want to hatch. After the 21 days after the laying the cocoon from the leech, and 21 days later, automatically they can themselves hatch these cocoon and will coming out from the cocoon. But after 21 days, if the larvae themselves couldn't come to the outside, yourself you should hatch with the hand. For example, this little heart, I think is soon. We should see after 21 days, you should press your finger. If completely soft, you should hatch. I'm finding between the this is in the light. This is the red one. You should see a little soon. Is it soon? And with your finger you can understand this soon. When you put the light, let me check this one. This also soon, because you cannot see the movement of the larva and the completely. If hatch, all the larvae will be destroyed. You should see. Let me check again. We want to, let me check. We want to find. These are the mother bulbs. Mother leech. These are the mother leech, and these are, we can see the larva is very clear. Now we can hatch. Also true. Let me see. Just to check this one. You should see. You can see the mother leeches, the cocoon. Yeah. Finally, we found a cocoon. This cocoon, this we want to hatching in the light. That's very clear. And now we want to hatch. Let me tell you the notice. Usually, all the cocoon, the 80% of these larvae themselves hatch and cut this layer and will come out. But some of the cocoon, we are not able. For example, themselves they are not able to themselves the hatching and coming out. Therefore, if we couldn't the hatching, also inside these will be suffocated. Okay, therefore we should, before the suffocated, after the 21 days, you should give the time to the leeches 21 days for hatching themselves. After 21 days, if some of them the cutting you can see, and if the cocoon after the 21 days couldn't larva couldn't themselves the automatically come out, yourself you should hatching. Okay, now we want to hatch. These larvae, very carefully, want to hatch. 1, 2. There are some of the cocoon. Here, larva, and finally. The first sign of the cocoon exactly like this. This white, fluffy, like this, the white. 1, 2. This is the sign of the cocoon. This is the sign that the mother leech wants to cocoon. This one, this sign, and this sign. This is the sign of the successful. This is the larva. Larva, you can see. After I told you the condition for the cocooning, till beginning of the summer, you should purchase the mother leech. In the 3 months, when you provide the 28 centigrade, humidity 90%, and the CO2 like the 900 ppm, completely dark, a little artificial light. The mother leeches and also we should provide for the best bed is the mix of the algae and the soil. Leech is the hermaphrodite. It means this leech himself or herself and the female and male. Okay, female and the male. This leech, male and female. For example, we don't have, for example, separately male leech or the female leech. Okay, each leech has is female and the male, hermaphrodite. For example, in the animal we have the female and male, but this leech has both of the organ, female and male. This is the leeches. But for the breeding, for the propagation of the leeches, should be pair. For example, in this plastic pan, we can put the 12, 14, 16, or the 18 leeches. You know, if we want to have see the propagation, cocooning, we should have pair. Okay, these two leeches after the 1 day completely started to getting closing together, and the cocooning started. This, for example, this is not female and this male. No, not. This male and female and the male and female. Okay? This leech himself or himself is female and the male, and this also female and the male. This next, okay? In this plastic pan, it is better 30 centimeters by 50 centimeters. Usually put 20 leeches. 20 leeches is a good space density for the starting the breeding. 20. In this plastic pan, we can put 18, 20, 22 or 24. Not 17, 19, 21. Okay? Because if we want to have the successful leeches, all should be pair. 18, 20, 22, 24, 26. Not 17, 19, 21, 23. Okay? Now should be pair. They are starting to the each leech find his or her hair. And after the one day, they are started to the یه ذره خاک میگه من بیاری یه ذره خاکو یه ذره خاک میگم نمیذارم وقتی بشه بعد میام میشم Exactly, we should put this situation after the 1 days. And now we put some soil this here. Okay, we put the soil exactly like this. With this situation, we put the soil and the algae like this. We put here and the leeches after the propagations go to the soil, and inside the soil put the cocoon exactly like you can see. I'm just doing. Now the leeches are starting to the breeding. After the 1 day, they are starting getting close. All they are getting the close to get each other together. One leech to other leeches. Two pair to pair. And three months after summer, all the leeches are starting to the breeding, to the cocooning, to the larva, and each leech lays 2 cocoon, and each cocoon near the 20 larvae will emerge. Therefore, each leech maybe have the near the 30 larvae will come out from the cocoon. Each leech equal 30 larvae. The ratio of the propagation is the near the 30 each leech. You can see the larva after the finishing at the end of the summer. At the end of the summer, these larvae should be separate from the cocoon, and this larva, after the coming out, after extracting, we put in this plastic pan. We put the larva in this plastic pan. Okay, the temperature for the breeding and the 3 months of the summer for the mother leeches where the temperature 28 centigrade, humidity 90%. In this stage, after the finishing breeding, beginning of the autumn, all leeches from the larva should be temperature near the 20 to 25 centigrade. Humidity also 75%. And regular, every day, regular, you should take control the EC meters, the EC, pH, TDS. pH should be near the 7, EC under 1, TDS near the 300, color and the ammonium, NH3 and the Cl should be near the 0. All the factors should be controlled every day. And these larvae, I would like to show you the difference. One larva for the becoming a mother leech needs time 1.5 years. They automatically cannot the bigger size, they receive the volume that becoming the bigger one. Okay, each 2 months to 2 months you should give them the blood. Every 2 months they need. Immediately that larva that extract from the cocoon at the beginning of the autumn, you should give them the blood, sheep blood. The best feeding for the best blood for the larva is the sheep blood. Every 2 months, when you give them the blood, they becoming each 2 months 2 centimeters. They become a bigger one than the previous size. For example, this larva, after the feeding with the sheep blood, when we give the blood, 2 months later they become the bigger, exactly like this size. This is for example, SPT 2 centimeters. After the feeding, 2 months later, exactly like this. This is the needle leech. Okay, this leech after 2 months after the distance between two breeding should be 2 months to 2 months the feeding. Okay, for example, in 1 year you should give them the blood 6 times blooding. After the 6th time, they bigger, they receive the volume and they become size. For example, after the larva, after the 2 months later, become this size. These after the 2 months, we should give them again blood, and the 2 months later, exactly like this. This is 6 centimeters. The larva is 2 centimeters, 4 centimeters, 6 centimeters, and this, therefore, and this near the 8 centimeters. What is the usage? For example, this larva, this is a cosmetic, very small. These are very small, and they uses this for the face. This is a cosmetic usage for the face, for the eyes, because they are not so big. For example, if we use the mother leeches, they damage, all the eyes will be faced with the problem because their mouth is very big, but it's very small. This easily for the eyes, for the face, we can use them. This size and this size. Also, for example, this size, for example, it means medicine leech. Okay. This is, for example, is the so big for the face. This means this is medicinal usage. This size 8 centimeters. For example, we cannot use for the face. This is very big. All this is very sensitive parts. We cannot use for the face. This, for example, for the hand, for the leg, for the all part of the body except the face. Face is the very sensitive for the leech therapy. Therefore, we use very small leeches like the larva, like a needle leech, like this one. Okay, like a match. This means match leech. And this is the medicinal that usually people purchase and selling this type of the bulb. This size of the medicinal after the 4 months with the 2 times feeding with the sheep blood, they are able should be like the mother leech. And this again, this we started and converted to the. Okay, I showed you step by step of the. Yes. Therefore, for the environment, usually for the blooding in the 7 days after feeding, you should control the temperature environment in the 25 centigrade. The time of the cocooning, the temperature 28 centigrade. Other side, for the keeping, for the storing, all size of the leeches, it is enough. You should control temperature between 20 centigrade to 25 centigrade. This is the condition for the leeches. Now, what should we do? How we can sell our leeches? For the 4 months, you shouldn't give the blood for the leeches if you want to sell your leeches, your own leeches. Now look at this. This is the quarantine. It means quarantine. 3 months or 4 months, you should store the leeches, and the dear 3 months or 4 months, you shouldn't give any blood. And they are ready for the leech therapy. You know, look at this hand, and after the putting hand, and up your hand, and all these connected to this hand. They are ready for the selling. This is, for example, if you give the feeding, if you give the blood to your leeches, they are completely appetite, full, and they are not able to feeding from the blood. Therefore, it's not good. A person that purchased the leeches from you immediately, 1 day later, 2 days later, want to use body is the family, himself or herself in the blood. This is very important for the leeches.